It's so awesome to be with you one more day of the stress less parenting workshop. And I'm sorry that I still have this awful cold, but I'm hoping that it will still be a way that we can connect. So I want to make sure to be able to give you today the strategies of parenting smarter, not harder. This is huge, you guys. I just talk to families again and again who are so frustrated that they are having to parent in ways that feel so hard. And I hope that you have taken a few tools from this week and already felt a sense of it being a little bit like, oh, I can do this smarter, not harder. So I'd like to hear that first from you. What have you been experiencing? There's one word. Hi, Margot. Great to see you up there. If there's one word that has been true for you this week, if you've had more joy or more calm or more cooperation, put that one word in the comments. I'd love to know, what are you noticing is different this week? And that's just from putting in those couple of days of learning some small new strategies with support. I have loved that several of you have reached out to me in Messenger to be able to dive deeper into some of these topics as well. And if that hasn't been you yet, please know that over the weekend, I am still here and I would love to connect with you. If you're like, I tried that asking thing, but here were some stumbling blocks, message me in Messenger. Let's get to the root of it. If you're like, I tried the hug, but then this other thing happened, message me in Messenger. Let's get to the root of it. So I see that Margot says cooperation. Awesome. I'm so glad to hear that, Margot. And if you haven't yet, please mention that or please feel free to share your stories in our Facebook group. There are homework threads at the top for each of the tips days and a space to be able to share. Now, one thing I want to make sure to do is I haven't given out coffee cards. Yesterday, in my fog of being sick, I forgot to do that. So I want to make sure and share who are the winners. And remember, when you're commenting today, you qualify to be one of our winners that we'll be giving out tomorrow. So be sure to let us know you're here by sharing an emoji and commenting when I'm asking if you can. Yesterday, Margot Marsh, who's listening in Instagram, Caitlin Brandel, and Ashley Hale are our two winners for the coffee card. So I need you to message me your email so that I can send that to you. And then that was for day 2. And day 3's winners were Autumn Mackert, Brenda Elizabeth, and Suzanne Tressler. So please message me so that I can get you your coffee card, because I appreciate you showing up. I know it takes time and sacrifice and effort. So I want to give you kudos and a little treat, a little coffee on me. Okay, so today I want there's a chart in your handout and it has 2 columns, list 5, and then on the right side, list 5. So the first thing I want you to think about as we're going to talk about how to parent smarter, not harder, is first of all, I want you to write in the left column, what are 5 challenges that have been really frustrating lately? Bedtimes, getting out the door, sibling fights, arguing with your partner about discipline, ignoring you, tantrums, blow-ups or meltdowns. 5 challenges that have been going on in parenting. And now I want you to think about, on the right column, what are 5 character goals you have for your child? When they are 25, what are 5 things you hope you can say are true about your child? That they are generous, that they have friends, that they are holding a job, that they're respectful, responsible, self-confident. What are 5 qualities you want to be sure you're able to say when your kid is 25? Excuse me. Excuse me again. Oh, this cold. And here's the thing, friends. As you look at those challenges and you look at those goals, they are so connected. Because the challenges that we're facing with bedtime and tantrums and sibling fights are the teachable moments. We have to reframe our thought. Like when we think of the respect, the responsible, the having good friends, the being successful in a job, I'll be honest with you. I honestly, like when I first became a parent, thought that the golden moment for teaching those things was going to look like times that we're like driving in the car or I'm sitting on the edge of their bed and I like say this really wise thing like, you know, honey, this is why it's important to be respectful. And they would just be like, oh, I remember my mom told me that this is what's important about being respectful. But the bottom line is, every time I tried to talk about being respectful or responsible or kind, it never changed my kids' behavior. Have you seen that to be true too? Like you feel like you're talking to a wall sometimes, or you'll think you said this super wise thing and then they're just like, did you know that dinosaurs have 75 teeth? And you're like, oh my God. Why did I even just try to say all those things? Have you noticed that? Say the word yes. I have had parents tell me this time and again, and usually it's the error of what I call neck up parenting. We have gotten to be such a cerebral world as we are advanced creatures and more intelligent and artificial intelligence. We think that intelligence is the way to teach our children. But let's back it up a second. Our kids are in their early stages of life so much more wired for cause and effect learning. So if you have been frustrated that no matter what I say, no matter how I tell him or how many times, how I explain it, he never changes his behavior, that's because that's the least likely way to change behavior. And what I call neck up parenting that doesn't work. So friend, if you really want to change those areas of sibling fights and bedtimes, and you really want to build them into a child that's respectful, responsible, fun to be around when they're 25, who has a close relationship with you, that hasn't been harmed by you being like, I just can't deal with you. But instead, you being able to be consistent and calm and connected because you had the right support. Here's all it takes to get there, friend. I really, really mean this, is to step into the support that you've been missing. It's just such a sad thing that we think in our lives we have to do it all on our own, or we have to just hope that it's going to be fine because we don't want anyone to really know that we're struggling. And that is why we're seeing bigger mental health problems in parents and bigger mental health problems in kids. I got into this work because as a therapist for children, I time and again saw 13 through 18-year-olds coming to me with depression, suicidal thoughts, anxiety, and a lot of it I was seeing was based on things that could have been prevented earlier in their path. So friend, I want you to be that parent that does not just hope for the best, cross their fingers, and end up with regret down the road. And instead, if you notice, my gosh, I don't think that we're on the pathway that I want to be on, but I'm feeling some shame about why we're not there and I don't know how to get there. There are two roads for you right in front of you right now, friend. You can either just say, oh, that just feels too hard. I don't know. I'm just going to hope it's going to be fine. Or you can trust your gut that right now, are you feeling that something that says like, I would love to have support, and step into it. What I suggest is schedule a clarity call with me, and I have support that is in many different price points, and I'd love to give you everything you've been missing to feel equipped to get your child out of those 5 challenging areas and into clearly all of those 5 character traits you want to build in them long term. And we can do it together. So I'm going to be putting a link below for a clarity call. Those of you on Instagram, I don't know how to link that on there. So you can go to my website, sustainableparenting.com, and you'll see right there on the homepage a link to click to schedule a free call with me. Sustainableparenting.com. And in that call, we get to dive into anything that's been challenging you and make sure there's no pressure. It's like, I respect whatever you believe is right for your family. I just want to give you information and share with you what is possible. Because time and again, I see parents standing in your shoes who don't believe they can make the change. I can think of an amazing mom who came to this workshop and just was messaging with me and wanted the change, but just wasn't sure she could do it and that she could commit. And then a year and a half later, she reached out again and she's like, I need the help. Please, let's do this. And she told me so many times as we worked together, like, I can't believe I didn't do this sooner. I wish I had done this sooner. I mean, we're now having better meal times. We're having more connection. I feel like I know how to respond when they're saucy and sassy. And this is a mom of 4 who had a deployed husband in the military, single parent with 4 kids. So friend, whatever situation you're in right now, I would love to work with you. And let me be clear, it does require what I call scraping your driveway now. So on your handout, it says, will you scrape your driveway now? This is the thing. I live in Montana, and many people here know we get snow a lot. We already have had snow this year. And when it snows, it's like, I got to go out there and do the work and plow the driveway. I don't want to. Some days I think like, maybe I'll just wait and see if it melts. But here's what happens. If I do that, I don't put the work in at that moment when it's first snowed, it can freeze into this like icy layer. I'm battling the rest of winter. And do you want to end up doing that in parenting? Like seeing these challenges and being like, I don't know, it's just a lot of work and I have a lot going on. And then you end up, without realizing it, having this like bigger layer of challenge with your child that gets harder and harder to improve. Friend, if this is speaking to your heart, would you say committed in the comments? Like, I want to be committed to scraping my driveway now. I don't want to be one of those parents that just lets that thickness build up. Of course, no. For my child, myself, maybe even my marriage, I cannot keep going this way. Say the words committed. Step into that promise for yourself that, yes, I want to be committed to doing this. And I want to be there to support you. Please know you can do this without any shame, without any sort of guilt, that it is nothing but positive to step into support and to say, yeah, I want to have what I've been missing so that my family can have more joy and ease together. And over the next couple of days, I'll be sharing some videos in our Facebook and Instagram feed of families who've stepped into this transformation and how it's affected their connection and their daily lives so that you can hear directly from those people. It's been an honor to be with you in these 4 days. And again, the step forward would be to go to sustainableparenting.com and schedule a clarity call with me, friends. I look forward to talking with you soon. Bye now.